Yo, what's going on guys? CultofMush back at it with another video. Whenever you talk to a PC gamer that's talking about all the great points about PC gaming, usually the majority of them focus on the same points: the great graphics, the high frame rate, the great deals on games. In this video, I don't want to talk about that. Rather, I want to talk about 4 underrated elements of PC gaming that make it so great. So without further ado, let's just get right into this with number 1. Number 1 is flexibility, and this does kind of go back to the point of being able to play games at higher settings and higher frame rates than consoles, but in reality, the flexibility that PC gaming gives to the player is much greater than that. While yes, many PC gamers always focus on maxing out games, getting super high frame rates, there's a lot more to it than that. For some of you guys that don't have the most money in the world to build the best PC possible, maxing out games at the highest resolution and getting the highest frame rates possible probably isn't realistic for you. But what PC gaming offers is the options to play at lower settings and getting a higher frame rate, or playing at higher settings and sacrificing frame rate. This flexibility really puts the power in the player. And that really is one of the biggest strengths of PC gaming, because the options are always available to the gamer. And this always keeps PC as a whole from becoming a stagnant platform. Stagnation is a big issue in the console market. That's why you see Sony bringing out this PlayStation 4 Neo console, because if they don't, stagnation is a big factor in a lot of games, but you don't have that issue on PC because gamers always have the flexibility. Sure, not everyone is going to be able to play the latest games at 1440p or 4K, but the flexibility to do that is always there, and the options to still play games at even 720p is still there. There are people that don't even play games at 1080p, and that's perfectly fine because PC Gamer gives the gamer that flexibility, which is fantastic. Moving on to number 2, it's convenience. I've actually done a video talking about the convenience of PC gaming, so if you guys want to check that out for a more in-depth discussion on this topic, feel free. But I'll go ahead and cover it real quick again. Console gaming is always seen as the most convenient platform, and maybe rightfully so. At the end of the day, with consoles, you just buy a box at your local retail store, you open it, and it's ready to go, you plug and play. There's really not that much hassle, although that hassle has been increased in recent years with things like updates, games not working even on consoles, but I digress. Let's not get too much more into that. While on PC, one of the downsides to it, or something that people perceive as a downside, is that it's not really convenient. I don't want to worry about downloading drivers, I don't want to worry about a faulty part, all of these kinds of things, and people kind of forget that PC is actually a very convenient platform. Sure, you'll have a hardware issue here, a game issue there where it just doesn't work, and it'll take a bit of time to fix it, but let's not get it twisted, consoles have been having issues as well. No platform is perfect when it comes to convenience, but PC does have a lot of strengths, namely in the fact that all of the games are on one machine. The fact that I have games from decades ago and games of today is a great thing, all on one machine. It just makes it extremely convenient. I could be playing a game of Overwatch, decide I don't want to play it anymore, and then let's say I want to play an old school game, I can fire up my PS1 emulator, boot up Mega Man X4, and there I'm off. On a console, if you were playing Overwatch on the PlayStation 4 and suddenly you wanted to play a PS1 game, well then you better go drag that PS1 out of your closet. On PC, it is a very streamlined platform. Everything is available at the touch of a button, maybe a little bit more in some cases where you have DRMs and all this kind of garbage. But for the most part, PC is actually a very convenient platform, and with things like GeForce Experience making the driver thing a non-issue, it's starting to become much more convenient, where console gaming is starting to fall victim to some of the PC's problems. Number 3 is something so very obvious, but not many people really bring it up. Your gaming PC is a PC. And when talking about PC gaming in general and buying a PC, is the fact that you're buying a PC. A lot of people like to compare consoles to PC and say, oh my god, you gotta spend $800 to get a quality PC, a console is just $300-400. Well, that's not really a fair comparison, because a PC can do so much more than just game. I know some of you guys are gonna bring up, but mush, the PS4 can go on YouTube. It can record games and upload them. Yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. Sony and Microsoft have actually done a pretty good job with making their consoles more than just a gaming platform. However, the PC is still king in terms of media playback, video editing, general things like writing email and surfing the web. PC is a much more versatile platform than consoles, and it's surprising that people sometimes forget about this. Yes, is a console more attractive to the naked eye? Of course, but really, who doesn't need a computer? If you're looking to buy a desktop because you're going off to college, well, why not invest a couple $100 extra and then just make it a gaming PC? It'll let you do all your college work while also letting you do all your gaming stuff. It's really a win-win, and it's surprising that people don't bring this point up whenever they're comparing PC and console prices. And finally, number 4, this is something I often talk about, the games. Yes, as far as AAA big budget single player experiences, PC does not have the library compared to consoles. PC really doesn't have an Uncharted 4, you're just not gonna find it. But what you're gonna find on PC is a lot of great games that aren't promoted as much. You go on Steam and every month hundreds of games are released, and sure, not all of them are good, but a portion of them are really good. Games like Undertale, sure, they're not released with big budget commercials and giant billboards in Times Square. They're still great games, and you look at upcoming games like Escape from Tarkov and Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord, those are 2 of my most anticipated games across all platforms. And now with the recent influx of Xbox titles coming to PC, sure, not all of them have been home runs. The PC's game library is absolutely outstanding. It is phenomenal. Whatever genre you like, whether it be JRPGs, action-adventure games, RTSs, MMOs, even fighting games, sure, they might not be ideal on PC, but they do have them. You've really got something for everybody, and then you go back and see that Steam's got games from 10 years ago. I can go back and play some of the best games from last generation, which on PS4 you can't. I know Xbox One now has backwards compatibility, but even then, not all games are available. I can go back and play one of my favorite games of all time, Spec Ops: The Line. I can still enjoy that game on PC, all on one platform, and you've got access to thousands upon thousands of games, and then Pandora's box is opened when you introduce emulators. It's just staggering when you look at the PC's library, and that's why I always laugh when people say the PC has no games. That's far from the truth. Maybe you just gotta look a little bit harder to find its exclusives, but games like Undertale, games like Cities Skylines, those are fantastic games that hold up with the best of them. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. I hope you were able to learn something for those of you trying to get into PC gaming. If you have a request for a future video, leave it in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.